Hey everybody, it's Kat, and today I am back to talk about the proper process of checking a firearm through an airline to get to your final destination. Now, obviously, make sure you check your laws of the area you are going to make sure that they don't differ from your own, because you don't want to bring some sort of firearm or equipment that would be illegal in that state that wasn't illegal in yours, because that could cause a lot of problems after TSA. So, the first thing that you will need is a hard case. It needs to be lockable. They can be bigger, smaller. There's all different sizes. You can even put a locked luggage or a locked case in your regular luggage if it fits. That's your own discretion. If you're trying to save space and amount of luggage that you bring, you are able to do that. You will just have to open your entire luggage for them. For that reason, I just go ahead and use a separate case. Now, in mine, as you can see, it does have a holder for magazines as well as pistols. Now, you are able to bring loaded magazines in your firearms case. They just cannot be in your firearm. You cannot have any rounds in your firearm. That is a big no-no. So, as I was mentioning before, my case has 2 external locks. You are able to use... found it. You are able to use 2 different types of locks. You are able to use just your regular old hardware store basic lock, or you are able to use TSA approved locks. That is personal preference, up to you. The difference is that if they need to get into your case with a TSA approved lock, they can do it without cutting the lock. If they don't, they need to cut this type of lock. I personally don't mind that, because I don't like the idea of everybody in TSA being able to potentially or hypothetically open my case. I would rather it be a little bit more secure process. I think it may not make a difference in actuality, because I don't know how guarded they are once it leaves my site, but it's just my own personal preference. The other thing to keep in mind when buying a case, and this is important, look at the amount of lock holes on your case. If your case has 63 lock holes, they may require you to have 63 locks. I know it sounds crazy. It is, but it's true. I had a case that had, I think, 8 lock holes on it, and they wanted me to have 8 locks. They would not let me go through without all 8 locks, even though in all actuality, 2 locks would have been more than sufficient to get the job done. But it's not up to me. So you may want to keep that in mind. Also, my other mess up was that I thought I was going to be, crafty and, had a little bit of a great idea, if you will, to have a case that had instead of external locks, it had internal locks on it. So the locks were built directly into the case. I figured, why not? Then I don't have to have these extra external locks and worry about more pieces to lose. No, that doesn't work either. They will still make you put on the external locks, even if your external lock holes are directly right on top of your internal lock holes. They will make you lock both. So don't fall for that one either. I did that too, and I thought that was going to save me a step, but all it did was make me add a step, because they still required me to lock both of them. Then it backfired horribly. So don't do that. And once you get to the airport with your unloaded firearms inside of your case and have your locks, the process is pretty simple from there. You will go up to where you check in and you will tell them, I want to declare an unloaded firearm. They will then give you a form such as this. This one's from Delta, but your forms are probably similar. And you have to sign the back and date stating that you are verifying that your firearms are unloaded. They will then have you put that piece of paper directly on top of your firearms and shut the case and lock it. From there, it's different based on airport. Some of them will just put it directly on the belt, and other ones will have to walk with you to where somebody else checks it in, and that just varies on each individual airport. The other thing I will say is that once it reaches your destination, you will not see it come out on the regular belt ever. And when I say ever, that's what it's supposed to be. I've heard stories, but that should never happen. That's a big no-no. It's supposed to go to its own private spot, whether that be, just look for some sort of customer service down in luggage, whether it's the oversized luggage counter or just any counter that's down in the luggage area. They will be able to assist you. You have to show your ID, and then that is how you get your firearms back. There's no other way to get the firearms back from TSA without showing your ID and proving that it is your package or case. You know what I mean? I'm not making this video because I said package. So either way, that is the process. If you have any further questions, please drop them in the comments, and I always get around to answering them, even if it takes a few days or so. But I always get to them, and I appreciate those of you that have taken the time to watch this episode, and hopefully that helped somebody that was considering traveling with firearms. Have a great day.